The first warm stretch of April in western North Carolina always feels like an invitation, and that morning it didn't just knock, it kicked the door wide open. By noon, the air was brushing 80 degrees, unnatural for spring up here, but nobody was complaining. It felt like a gift, like the season had skipped ahead just for us. 3 bikes, 3 friends, and a full tank of anticipation pointed straight towards NC-80, the Devil's Whip, and eventually onto Blowing Rock. I was in the middle as usual. Patrick led, because he always led. It wasn't something we ever discussed, it just worked out that way. He had a way of reading the road like it was talking directly to him. George brought up the rear, steady and unshakable, the kind of rider who made you feel like nothing could go wrong as long as he was back there. We hit NC-80. No traffic, no noise except for us. Just the road coiling ahead of us like it had a mind of its own. The asphalt was clean, surprisingly so, and the trees hadn't fully leafed out yet. Sunlight broke through in long, slanted beams, flickering across our visors as we climbed. The air smelled like damp earth and new green, spring just waking up. Then the curves tightened. The first set of curves came quick, and Patrick leaned that Goldwing without hesitation. I followed, trusting the line he had carved, feeling the bike respond like it wanted it just as much as I did. There's a moment, right up when you tip into a turn, where everything else disappears. No past, no future, just that exact instant. The grip of the tires, the angle of the lean, the rush of wind pressing against your shoulders. The pull of gravity in the pit of your stomach is something you'll never get tired of. No warning signs needed. The Devil's Whip doesn't announce itself, it just becomes. Corners stacked on corners, each one sharper than the last, rising up to the mountain like a coiled spine. You didn't ride this road casually, you committed to it. Curve after curve, the whip lived up to its name. Tight switchbacks, elevation changes that kept you guessing, stretches where the road seemed to vanish around the mountainside. It demanded your attention, but it rewarded it too. Every clean line through a corner felt like a small victory. I dropped a gear and leaned in, the bike responding like it had been waiting all winter for this exact moment. Tires warmed quickly in the heat, gripping hard as the pavement twisted left, then right, then immediately back again. No rhythm you could settle into. Every turn demanded attention and precision. Miss your line, and there wasn't much forgiving space waiting. At an overlook, Patrick finally pulled off. We parked in a loose line, engines ticking as they cooled, and for a minute, nobody said anything. We just stood there, helmets off, looking out over the mountains. Back on the bikes, the second half felt steeper, more aggressive. The sun dipped in and out as the forest thickened, shadows cooling the pavement just enough to remind you not to get cocky. The Devil's Whip has a reputation for a reason. It rewards confidence, but punishes arrogance. Near the top, the air shifted slightly cooler, just enough to feel refreshing. The kind of temperature that makes your throttle hand a little braver. The next stretch was even better, more technical, more demanding. I could feel myself settling into a rhythm, body and machines syncing up in a way that's hard to explain unless you've been there. The outside world shrank until it was just the three of us in that ribbon of asphalt through the mountains. At one point, Patrick disappeared around a bend, and for a second, I'd lost sight of him. It always gives you a small jolt, the reminder that no matter how good you are, the road doesn't care. But then I rounded the corner and there he was again, leaned over, smooth as ever. George's headlights stayed steady in my mirror, never too close and never too far. By the time the afternoon sun started to dip, we were heading towards Blowing Rock. The intensity of the day softened into something slower, more reflective. The curves gave way to gentler roads, and the urgency of the ride eased into a quiet satisfaction. Rolling into downtown felt like stepping into a different world. The pace slowed, the streets filled with people, and the smell of food drifted through the air. We parked the bikes together like we always had and peeled off our gear. We made our way to Kilwins, drawn in by the unmistakable smell of chocolate and waffle cones. Inside it was cool and bright, a contrast to the outside air. We stood in line, pointing out flavors like it was the most important decision we've made all day. We stepped back out onto the sidewalk, our ice creams in hand, and we found a spot to sit. The bikes were just across the street, catching the last light of the day. People walked by, some glancing over, probably guessing where we'd been. We looked out at the afternoon light, the mountains just visible beyond the town, and knew this felt right. Days like this don't come around very often. I'm glad we were able to have this incredible ride. Thanks for watching. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you out there in America on two wheels.